Hi guys, I hope you're doing great and you had an amazing day as mine was. We are continuing with our usual, importation series, and if you guys you haven't checked my previous video, make sure you do. Let's learn more about importation. Let's become more of, business people, business women, businessmen, and with this we're gonna thrive, in a way. So hi guys, my name is Monica and welcome back, and in our today's video I'll be sharing with you I know today's topic is not interesting. I'm not trying to discourage you, but yes, some of the importation challenges that I have faced, and so I'll be sharing with you my importation journey and some of the challenges that I have faced. Stay tuned. So guys, as I have said, today I'll be sharing with you, some of the challenges that I have faced in this importation journey. So the first challenge that I think I faced was my goods getting lost. You don't know how this feels, but if you have faced this, I'm sure you can understand me. Sometimes goods get lost, and you try to contact your supplier, you try to contact your shipping agent, and you don't know where the goods get lost. And I remember during this time it was a tough journey. Because I had to keep on calling and texting my supplier. Oh, did you indicate my goods well? Or did you confirm that my goods arrived to the shipping what do you call this, to the shipping location, address, their address, did they arrive? And then I'm like, I have to contact the shipping agency, contacting them here in Kenya and in China, and it is hectic. So that is one of the challenges that I have faced. But through this challenge, the root cause of my goods getting lost, I came to understand that sometimes the supplier might not label the goods in the correct manner. And so in this time, my goods were set aside, or they were placed somewhere aside because they were not known. Whose goods are these? Which country are they going to? And so the shipping agent could not send the goods because they didn't know where should these goods go to. So that is the first challenge that I faced. The other challenge that comes with importation, and especially for the mini importers, is the MOQ. And what is MOQ for the beginners in this business? It is the minimum order quantity. Often you'll get the suppliers will give you an MOQ. Some of these suppliers, they might give you a very big MOQ, and if you are a mini importer, sometimes you'll be like, let's assume it's a kind of let's assume it's a hard bag. A supplier might tell you, for you to buy this hard bag, you must meet an MOQ of 1,000 pieces. And for you are just a mini importer, you are not even a wholesaler, so it's impossible. Why are you going to check all those hard bags? And again, they can even come to an extent of saying you have to take a particular design. So you cannot take so many designs, only one design. So it becomes difficult for a mini importer. And so what is my advice in here? My advice here is, if you get a supplier and they tell you that maybe you have to meet that big MOQ, don't go for them. There are so many suppliers. Go and try to search for another supplier, because you even get suppliers who even allow you to take 2 or 3 10, and this is quite affordable for you as a beginner, as you continue learning the process. However, sometimes I say when you import the very small quantity, it might be expensive for you. So also do the maths, become that business person. Don't just do business anyhow. So the other challenge that I faced in the importation business is dollar fluctuation. What did I say? I mean currency fluctuation. I'm not going to repeat that again. Currency fluctuation. Yes. So this is what usually happens. when the dollar currency, when the currency fluctuates, it affects the Kenya shilling. And so sometimes when shipping you get the shipping companies, they usually charge, if it's by air, they will charge per kg. For example, they can say 1 kg, they will be charged 1 kg, they'll be charging at let's assume $10. So if the dollar is high, if the currency is high, then what happens? You have to dig deep into your pocket, ndio ufikishe your $10. That is how it goes. So every time there's a dollar fluctuation, and especially when the dollar increases in value, then it means that the Kenya shilling value goes down. And so for you to pay, you have to dig deep in your pocket, and so it becomes expensive, and your product becomes expensive. And when it comes to selling again, it might be difficult. Again, when you are the currency fluctuation, when it comes in, you will not buy your goods in Kenya shilling. So again, it affects your buying price. Yeah. Again, this one, I don't know how you are going to solve it. I don't know if there's a solution for this, because it's it's an economy thing, and as an individual, as a mini importer, you don't have much that you can do. Probably maybe the only thing that you can do, if you are opting to import via air, probably you can consider importing by sea, because it might be a bit cheaper, but it will take more time. Are you ready for that? Huh? The other challenge that I have faced, this one I almost cried. It's the size. And when I mean size, it could be of different commodities. Assume you want to import a handbag, and you're looking at the picture, the handbag is cute, it's classy, and you want that handbag. And then most of the time you will find the suppliers will provide, they will send you the pictures, and they will give the details in terms of length, width, and height. And maybe sometimes you don't take enough time to think, try to estimate, those measurements. So I remember there's this one time that I decided to import a handbag for someone, and I sent the person the picture, and she liked the picture. But upon importing the product, gosh, it was like it was very small, and I was like, gosh, what is the use of this? The same, I think I have made this mistake several. Again, I imported some kids bag to someone, and again the bags were cute, with some cartoon features, and they were amazing, and the quality was good. But again, the size, upon arriving, the customer was like, gosh, what can I use these bags for? The kids even it cannot even fit an exercise book. It was that frustrating. So guys, please be careful on this. Make sure once your supplier gives you the measurements, you take enough time to understand, and maybe try to estimate, 30 centimeters is of this, all those things. Consider them, because if you don't, you're gonna mess like me. Please learn from me. Don't wait until you're gonna learn from yourself. Learn from me, from my mistake that I have made, and you're gonna become that great importer. Yeah. The other challenge that comes with shipping is identifying a shipping company. This one is a big challenge. I know for those who are used to importing, it is not a big challenge. I remember at the beginning, I had several shipping companies to consider, but I decided to select one of the companies there. It was good, it has a good history, it has a good rating. But again, once I bought the goods and I'm already contacting the supplier, oh, I want you to send these goods to this address, blah blah blah, in China. But again, upon texting them, these suppliers, no, not the suppliers, I mean the shipping agents, they were not responding to me. I tried calling them, they were not answering my call. And then it is during this time I decided, I have not yet sent them the goods. I only want to offer them, business. And they are not even responding to my call. What will happen once I say, I send my goods to them? What will happen if, God forbid, my goods disappear? Will they pick my calls? I decided no. So sometimes it becomes a hassle to understand, and get a good shipping, company. I know there are good shipping companies there even when your goods disappear. I remember like this one, when my goods disappeared, like this shipping company was dope, honestly speaking, because they made sure, like, they were asking me question, what happened, all the details, and then at the end of the day they got my goods. Yeah, so this one could be a big hassle, and I don't know if you have ever faced this kind of a challenge, and how are you able to face, to solve the problem. Have you ever lost your goods when shipping them? Yeah. Then the other challenge is the cost of shipping goods, and especially if you want to ship goods by air, sometimes it can be expensive. So if you're shipping goods for business purposes, not for individual use, and even sometimes for individual use, try to do the calculation and see if you feel that it's going to become too much expensive. I think it would be wise for you to consider. See, however, I know sometimes we have the urgency and we want the goods to arrive very fast, and we are left with no option rather than considering shipping them by air, which can sometimes be expensive. Yeah. Let me see, what other challenge have I ever faced? Hey, this one, I faced this other challenge, and I think if you are shipping goods from China, sometimes it can be a challenge. Yes, sometimes it can be a challenge. Here we go. Miscommunication with the supplier. I don't know if you have faced this challenge. Sometimes, I don't know if it's okay to say this, but sometimes you will not, I mean, not say the Chinese people, but I think not many of them who can speak English, and if they can speak English, sometimes they might not fully understand, what you meant. And so if their level of understanding English is low, sometimes you tell them to do this and they do the opposite, or maybe they understand something else different. So this one is a big challenge. But this is what I usually say: if you notice, like, maybe your supplier has an issue of understanding English, make sure you communicate with the simplest English level possible. Or if you feel at all you are facing a difficult time, I think maybe you can opt for a translator or someone who can understand Chinese can help you for this, because sometimes you get very good suppliers, but communication is a major problem, and sometimes you might not know it until you come to know there is a miscommunication. You said you want this design and they understood the other one. You said you want these colors and they packed the opposite. So this one, I don't know how one can solve it. Yeah. Then I think the final challenge that I have ever faced in importation is wrong labeling. Huh? Did I say it correctly? I mean, like, I said before that once your package is packed, you should, like, the supplier should record your name, your address, your country, your phone number, and the others. But if your supplier dares miss this, and maybe they decide, rather than writing Kenya, they'd say try to Uganda or Tanzania or wherever, or sometimes they don't write well, your contact, then the high chances that your goods might get lost, or maybe they will be kept somewhere in a store, in those warehouses. So this is my advice for you. Every time you send your supplier, your personal details and the addresses, ask them before they send the goods to you. Let them send you a picture of what they have written on your package. With this, you can, if there's any mistake, you can correct them. So thank you guys for watching my channel, and I hope you did enjoy this video, and much more series on importation are coming. So guys, don't miss this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I want to know how you feel about my videos and what you want to know more about importation. So thank you guys, and until next time, bye bye.